I've been tagged. What to do? Hey, well, I've been tagged by Reapertate728 for the WhoDat 5 comics that you would always keep with you in your collection. And I'm going to do a two-parter on this. One is books that are kind of a sentimental thing, and then other ones are in my personal collection that at some grade or another will probably always be in my collection. Even through the current process that I'm going through is slimming down. So the first ones I'll go through are the ones that are the more sentimental ones for me. They're just books that I, first collecting books that I got when I was very young, and I still have them, and I probably will always keep these. These ones won't get upgraded, or even if they do, I'll still keep these. I refer to them as my landfill collection, and the first one up is Daredevil 125. It is a blazer of a Gil Kane cover. It's my all-time favorite Daredevil cover. It's probably in my top 10 all-time favorite covers. This has so much going for it. Even though it's a 25 center, it still has that picture framing going on that they did in the early 70s. But it's just a beautiful, beautiful book. Great, great, great cover. And I loved the story when I was a kid. I read that a lot. Next one up is the First Avengers I ever purchased myself. It's 129, Kang the Conqueror. I love this book, and something that always bothered me about it was they represented the Vision shooting some kind of energy blast from his hand, which he never did, to my knowledge, ever again. So I guess the artist didn't know his characters very well. But I love this cover. And I do have a nicer copy of it, but like I said, I'll always keep this one. This one is the first Captain America book I ever saw. It was my cousin's, and I traded him for it way back in the 70s, but it's Captain America 178. And the funny thing about it, he's technically not on the cover, it's a billboard. But just the rush I get when I see this cover, even to this day, I open it up, and I know I'm a freak because I smell books, but that one's a great one. This is the one that started off Luther Manning. I got this one year. And I showed it before on a previous video. But it just got me going on this. Great Rich Buckler cover. And I just loved Deathlock ever since. And this one will always be with me. I think I have 5 or 6 of this. This is this book I have to stop myself from buying, because when I see it I buy it, especially if it's in high grade. And then this is the one that started it all. And I have the Kazar number 5, and this is the photocopy my friend Mike made me, way it looked when I gave it to him, and then he did this to it. So now it's in pretty nice shape. It's the first comic I ever owned. My grandma gave it to me, and I will keep this forever. This will never leave my possession. Love this book. It's another Gil Kane cover, so Gil Kane is one of, if not my favorite cover artist. I just love the action and the movement he gets on things. The next ones now are ones that I'll always keep in my collection for many reasons: cover art, story, just what they mean as far as a comic collector. And the first one is, it's a great crossover, but it's also, there's an interior image of this. And I also detailed this in a previous video. It's the first comic book image I ever remember seeing, and it's Swamp Thing number 7. And there is a panel in there where Swamp Thing's scaling a building, and that's burned into my brain. And this one right here will always remain with me. The original is lost to time. It was my cousin's book. It was coverless, and I think his comics have been gone for 20-some years, so I doubt there's any way I'd ever find that one again. But this one will just have to take its place. This one's a beautiful copy. It's probably a 9.4, maybe even a 9.6, near perfect. The next one, Captain America, is one of my favorite characters, so this is just a cover that I really like a lot. Tales of Suspense number 58. Cap's first appearance in the title, and in the very next issue he was announced as you know, co-title with Iron Man until issue 99, and then he took the numbers and went to 100. Iron Man had to start all over again. And the next one is Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, number 13. And this is just a fantastic Jack Kirby cover. And when I first got back into comics, this was probably the first or second book that I bought back in 2013. And I love the cover. And this one is in really nice shape. I doubt I will ever try to get another one nicer than this. It's probably a 7. Yeah, it's a 7.0. Yeah, 7.5 I graded it as, but it's a nice copy, and it's good enough for me. I don't need to upgrade it. It'll be with me always. Next one was a book that I always wanted as a kid. I had to reprint. I had it in one of those giant treasuries, the story, and then I had the, I think it was Triple Action, Marvel Triple Action, where they did this series. It's the first appearance of Vision, Avengers 57, and this is just a gorgeous book, and it's everything that's great about the Silver Age, just how simplistic this is. John Buscema cover. This one's in real nice shape. I haven't graded it, but just looking at it, got one little tick in the corner. The spine is in fantastic shape. I count 3 on this. I'd say this is at least a 7.5 probably. Again, good enough for me. If I do see a nicer one, I'll get it. But I'll probably just hang on to this one. I don't need great grades. When I own them, I don't need them to be bleeding edge beautiful. And then another one that I had, and yeah, I had it in a 6.5 in a slab. I had it slabbed and then I sold it. And then this last Christmas, my wife got me eBay gift cards, and she wanted me to get a nice book, so I replaced this book. It's Avengers number 9. In this particular copy, I will never upgrade. I'll always keep this book. And I love the story. It's very tragic and heroic. Simon Williams becomes Wonder Man in this issue, is a villain, helps defeat the Avengers, and then he ends up freeing them and then dying in the process. They brought him back years later. I was happy because, you know, he's still one of my favorite Avengers, but in some ways I kind of wish they had let him rest. But anyway, it's Avengers number 9, and this is a gorgeous, gorgeous copy. This is probably at least an 8.0, maybe better. It's a blazer. It's a great, great Jack Kirby cover. Floating heads. It's got everything you'd want. So those are my books. And I probably could have done more, but you know, 5's enough, so I figured I'd do sentimental and then ones that are in my personal collection. So, on to who I'm tagging. You know, I gave that a lot of thought, and there's other people that I've tagged in the past. I'm not going to tag them again. So I'm going to pick people that I've never tagged before, and I think would be interesting to see what they collect. It's a pretty eclectic blended guys here. So, first one up, CarlOnBass. You're tagged. Then we're going to go Charlton 66. I think it's going to be interesting to see what he can show for his top 5. Then we're going to go with RB3. I know one book he'll bring up for sure, I think, but we'll see. He should have pretty good stuff. Another one that's kind of a mystery, for me at least, to see what he'd have and what he'd take is Silver Planet. You're tagged. And last but not least, I think I have tagged him before, but it's okay because he always has very interesting videos and he puts a lot of thought into what he does. So Sleepy Reader, you're also tagged. So you guys get your 5 books out, make a video, and tag 5 others. I guess we'll keep this thing going. But it's a fun idea, I think. I'm not usually big on contests and tag videos, but this one I like, and thank you WhoDat for doing that. This should be fun. I've enjoyed all the ones I've seen so far. Some of them are surprising. You don't know what people are going to pull out as their favorites. But anyway, that's what I got. Till next time, keep collecting.